Whoa, shit! Welcome to the Metal Rub Reviews channel. I'm your host, Tom McKay. Oh, guys, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all knew this is coming. We dreaded this day. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do this. Today, we are about to review a Linkin Park album. Not just any Linkin Park album, though. One More Light. Their latest attempt to experiment with their sound. Oh, God. So, for those who aren't aware, Linkin Park is a six-piece... Can I even call them a metal band anymore? I think that ship sailed around minutes at midnight. So this review is going to be extremely difficult for, I'm sure, a lot of you guys. But also for me, because... believe it or not, I'm a fucking fan of these guys. I like every incarnation from this band. Hell, I was one of the in-betweeny guys for 1,000 Suns. Yeah, 1,000 Suns. I mean, I liked the album, yeah, but I also understood why people didn't like it. But I also didn't like some stuff on there too. But this week, Linkin Park has decided to experiment with pop. Oh god, I think I just shouted like 10 times for putting Linkin Park and pop in the same sentence. Look, truth be told, I was hoping this would actually be decent. And I mean, despite what many people are saying about the singles, I thought some of them were pretty meh, I guess. Nothing really great, but I did kind of think they were okay. So I was a wee bit optimistic for this album. And then I heard it. Spoiler alert, it's more bad than it is good. But there's still a little bit of good in there. I should probably explain. Is this album good? Fuck no, not even close. But there was some potential shining here. There were some melodies on here that I did like. There was a couple of moments where there was a little bit of rock shining through, and that was kind of good. So no, this album wasn't entirely bad. With that said, I'm fresh out of nice thing to say about this over-polished, lackluster, musically uninteresting, dubstep-induced bullshit. Can you tell I'm pissed yet? Yeah, I think you can tell I'm pissed now. Let's cross a couple things off my to thrash list, shall we? Let's see here. First things first, the cameos. Completely useless. On Good Goodbye, the verses done by Pusha T and Stormzy could have easily just have been done by Mike, and Kiara's parts on Heavy shouldn't have even existed in the first place. Seriously, guys, of all the female pop vocalists you could have gone with for the song, you chose to go with one that is pretty much on the verge of a caffeine crash every time she opens her fucking mouth. Ooh, what a great segue. Were you guys, like, chugging on the stuff that's found in horse tranquilizers while recording this album? No? Well, I'm sorry for assuming. It's just, that's the only explanation I have for why everybody sounds like they're about to pass out on this album. I mean, yeah, Mike sometimes has some passion thrown into his melodies, but that's all forgotten when it's very clear that Chester doesn't give a fuck. Let's see, what else can I check off? Let's see, lack of interesting instrumentation. Look, guys, I'm not gonna act like Linkin Park was like Dillinger Escape Plan levels of complex with their instrumentation, but they still worked for the music that was being created. You knew that the music worked, the instrumentation worked for the music, and it would always have your full attention, no matter what era of Linkin Park you have. Here, they pushed all that to the side to have more electronica and dubstep. I mean, yeah, we still have the guitar, drums, and bass in there, but they're either auto-tuned to shit to make this album more poppier, or they just don't give a fuck. Actually, another thing, but that's also another thing I want to bring up on this album. For a pop record, this is not exactly the most poppy record, right? Here's what I mean. Pop, for all its faults, usually did a good job of being upbeat, bouncy, all around supposed to make people happy. All this did was make me either depressed or put me to sleep. I mean, I get why it's somber. I mean, the messages and subject matter is very real. Now, for those of you who are like maybe a father, husband, and wife, or you're part of a family. But that's all forgotten about because the music is so dull that once I go through an entire song, I completely forgot what the hell I was listening to. Literally, in one ear, out the other. Look, Linkin Park, come here. I want to tell you something. You guys could have actually made this album work. Linkin Park is one of those rock/metal-ish bands that could actually get away with putting out a pop album and making it sound good as well. But there's something that Linkin Park missed in this endeavor to create pop music. Pop isn't just electronica and ditching the instruments. In my opinion, pop at its best,
which isn't really much, but just goes down this one,
still utilizes every instrument to their fullest. They're not soaked with autotune, and they don't waste their space. Linkin Park, remember this. You are a band, okay? Keep that in mind. You are a band. A band with a guitarist, a band with a drummer, a band with a bass player. Use them to their full potential. Chester, I know for a fact you have a well-working set of pipes on you. You've shown so even when these singles were coming out. So you don't have a fucking excuse here. Mike, for the love of God, rap your own fucking verses. Stop hiring these jackasses to do your job. With all those factors in mind, this could have been a pop album that I wouldn't mind calling a decent pop album, even to a major audience of metalheads. But with the useless cameos, the lack of investment in the vocals, the overpolished instruments, and the mounds of dubstep wubbing, overall, this is the worst Linkin Park album to come out to date. It is the worst of pop that I've heard so far, and it hurts to say this about an album from a band that I truly love. I walked into this album with optimism and with my mind empty. I left whatever pre-composed notion of what this band, cough, cough, should, cough, cough, sound like at the door. And this album still disappointed. And frankly, a lot of critics and fans. If you like this album, great. Fantastic. I applaud you for that. But I cannot get behind this album. Now, does this mean that I'm not going to be a fan of the band anymore because of this album? No, of course not. Why? Because I know for a fact that this was just an experiment. The band said so themselves. This is just an experiment that they want to try out.
It failed, in case you were wondering.
But seriously, like any fan out there who says that this album killed the band, obviously was never a fan to begin with. I know this band is still good at everything that they do. They still have the passion, the energy, and the overall skill to create music that is amazing, whether it be rock or not. But this album just isn't it. I want to say good try, but it's very obvious you didn't give a fuck with this album, guys. Oh well. Better luck next time. So that's my review of Linkin Park's One More Light. What are your thoughts on the album? What are your thoughts on the band altogether? Let me know in the little typing box below the video player where you type shit and words come out. You can also find me on all my socials, either on Facebook or Twitter. Links will be down in the description in case you were wondering. Remember guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in the mosh pit next time. Have a good night, everyone.